So it's the big one, Newcastle United versus Manchester City in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. So guys, today back on a video on the channel today. We're here for the preview for Newcastle United versus Man City. It's our biggest game of the season so far. It's absolutely massive. We win this game, we will be playing at Wembley Stadium for the first time since 1997, I think it is. Oh, it's absolutely massive, man. But obviously Manchester City, we all know their situation and stuff like that. But in the video today, we'll look at both teams. Make sure to leave a like, lads. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you can't tell, lads, I've got a new iPhone. I've got the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So doing the videos now, they're going to be so much better. The quality's better. I think the microphone's better. It's so much better for the videos, so that's what I've done for the videos and that. So make sure to leave a like, that, subscribe to the channel, and we'll start off by looking at Manchester City. So Manchester City played last night versus Chelsea in a massive game, and they bottled it. They bottled it completely. 2-1 to Chelsea. Absolutely massive for the Premier League's sake. Liverpool winning their first league title in 30 years. But with Manchester City, they played not great whatsoever. A bit of Kevin De Bruyne masterclass, and that was about it. Fernandinho got sent off, which gave them Chelsea the penalty. He can't play for the game versus us, which is crucial because they've got hardly any centre backs. They've got Laporte, Garcia's injured, Stones I don't think's available, and Fernandinho's obviously suspended. So who are they going to play centre back? Are they going to hire Rodri or someone centre back there? We need to use that. We need to use that thing. Right, they haven't got a fully fit centre back in centre back. We need to really use that to our ability, because obviously Fernandinho getting that red card versus Manchester City, but obviously confirming the league title. Pep Guardiola want to do one thing, and that's one thing only, and that's to beat Newcastle. He hasn't beaten Newcastle since January 2018. No, September 2018. And since then we've played them, I think it's two times I think, and we beat them and then drew to them 2-2 with that amazing Shelby goal. Watch that vlog, that was a good vlog. But we'll look at Manchester City's last 6 games now. In the AFL Cup final, they got a 2-1 win over Aston Villa. 1-0 win versus Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup. Got beat to Manchester United 2-0 before the coronavirus outbreak. 3-0 versus Arsenal, and then a massive one, 5-0 versus Burnley. And then obviously what happened yesterday, 2-1 versus Chelsea. More news for Manchester City. Sergio Aguero is not available for the game. He is injured, which is great news. For the Chelsea game, they had Raheem Sterling as a striker, which I think's a bit nah, just not for me. Nah, Raheem Sterling, not as a striker. I mean, he's alright on the wing. He's nothing special, but as a striker, nah, wouldn't think that would be a good idea for Manchester City. But obviously, we're now Manchester City, without including that Chelsea game, 8 goals in 2 games versus top half opposition. Obviously, the mid-table Burnley and Arsenal, but they're in the top half. It's magnificent. And they've had injuries hit them. Garcia got injured in that Arsenal game from his own player. Aguero's out, Fernandinho's out. But with Pep Guardiola, he knows that he can't win. He's not in Champions League next year, so they've got to do one thing and one thing only, is to get a trophy for their fans. And the FA Cup one's a realistic one for them. The Champions League is a massive one for them, because obviously they can't win it for the next 2 years. So Pep Guardiola will be desperate to win that. If all this stuff didn't happen, I generally think Newcastle United could have beaten Manchester City. I'm not being biased there whatsoever. They had a game versus Real Madrid, the second leg, but obviously before all the lockdown and everything like that, it's stopped it, and it could weaken our chances of going to Wembley. But Manchester City, obviously, they're a fantastic team, fantastic coach, and Pep Guardiola. Can they come to St James's Park and get a result? Let's look at Newcastle United now. So for Newcastle United fan, you probably know the news with contracts. Andy Cavill and Javier Manquillo signed contracts for next season. Javier Manquillo, a 4-year deal for him. That's fantastic for the club. Our best right back in the club, Kraft, Yedlin, and then Manquillo. He's done great. And it was since Leicester last season where he came in when Perez scored to make it 1-0. Since then, he's been solid, and he's been much better than DeAndre Yedlin. Obviously, when he got that injury versus Leicester at home, it wasn't great. We're down, we're really, really slow and stuff like that. Couldn't do anything, and Yedlin was playing. I'm not a fan of Yedlin, didn't think he's that good, but I think Manquillo was great. Andy Carroll's a big one though. I think Andy Carroll could go into any team in the Premier League, probably apart from any top 6 team, any team from about, I don't know, 10th underneath, he can come in and do a job for them. His play is unbelievable. The way he just bullies defenders it's ridiculous, and it's great to have him in next season for the sake of his family. His family's all settled in Newcastle, and it's good for him that he stays rather than just having a year and then back being a free agent, probably sent for a championship team. I rate Andy Carroll. Look at the assists he's got this season. He's got 6 assists or 5 or 6. He's a crucial player for Newcastle United. I'm so happy that both of them have signed deals. Obviously, Matty Longstaff's only got 4 days left in Newcastle, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with Matty. Nothing's said at the club about Matty Longstaff, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. But with Newcastle, it's massive. Newcastle United haven't won a trophy since the first cup, which is years back. Right, we need to go for it. And I appreciate Bruce compared to Rafa in the cup. Rafa in the cup was playing your Hosselu, your players like that, like your Jamie Sterry, your Cal Roberts, players like that in the FA Cup. But Bruce against West Brom, our best team, he put out a 4-2-3-1 in Lazaro, Maximin, Almiron, Joe Linton, Ben Taleb, and I think it was Sean Longstaff. A very strong team, and we need to use that. We need to go into this game with our strongest team possible, go in with a win. Obviously, I think you'd have to make changes from that Villa game. Do you start Andy Carroll? For me, you do. You start Andy Carroll up top. Even though Joe Linton hasn't been bad, I think Andy Carroll deserves that chance. Even though Joe Linton got his goal and whatnot, he was having versus Villa. Nothing to do with Joe Linton, right? To put Andy Carroll in, it's all about Andy Carroll's performance, and I think Andy Carroll's performance was sublime. For me, you start Andy Carroll for me, and you can bring you that. He would bully Man City defenders, like your likes of if whoever starts centre back with Laporte, he would bully them. You would bully them, right? And he can probably get another assist. He's got more assists than Ozil in the last 2 seasons, lad. So Andy Carroll is the GOAT. But obviously Newcastle United, it's a massive game, as I've said. Bruce will go into this game obviously wanting to win, but we know Manchester City are fantastic, and it will be a hard one. After what happened, I think if Man City beat Chelsea, it's like, don't know, because if they get beat, you think, will they come back stronger off the win? You think, well, they've won 3 games in a row, they're probably going to beat us. But honest prediction, lads, I'm going to go for 2-1 Man City. I can't see us beat a Man City with no fans and whatnot, but you never know. Football's football at the end of the day. That's the end of the preview, lads. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to edit this video, and I want to see the difference in the audio and the camera quality from my new phone. So, lads, it's been a pleasure. Predict a team out tomorrow. You know what the talk about is going to be. I've already checked in this video about Andy Carroll. So, make sure to leave a like, lads. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one.